most frequently asked questions I hear from new moms focuses on one of life's essentials, water. How soon should a new baby have water and how much? Here's what pediatricians attending a national conference here in Boston have to say.
For the first 6 months of life, really all the fluids that a baby needs are going to come through breast milk or, in some cases, formula. So there's really no need to add any water.
If it's summer months, so it's hot outside and your baby's about 9 or 10 months old, then you can start to introduce water. If it's winter months, you can wait a little bit because the babies don't need quite as much of those extra fluids. So anywhere between 9 months and a year is a good time to start introducing water to your baby.
When they're able to sit up and support their head, then if you want to introduce a sippy cup, that would be fine. In the sippy cup, then there should be water. There should not be juice or anything else. It should just be water.
Juice is habit forming. The studies show that if you give your infant juice at a young age, they're going to develop a preference for sweet tastes that will stay with them longer in life. So you want to try to avoid juice for as long as possible.
All you have to do is get a little bit thirsty to recognize that nothing is going to be quite as satisfying. And so I encourage parents who've relied on flavored beverages for their children to introduce the water, because there is no thirsty child who is going to turn down water for very long.
When you have an active toddler, when you have an active preschooler, when you have an active child in elementary school or high school, the beverage of choice would be water.
If you introduce water early, children will drink water for the rest of their lives. And this is the #1 thing that they are going to need to drink.
As a pediatrician, we work hand in hand with pediatric dentists. And we know that fluoride, long-term, is a wonderful substance to harden youngsters' teeth and make their enamel much more resistant to cavities. So we start fluoride for youngsters early and often if there's no fluoride in their water supply, and parents and pediatricians should know what's in the local water supply in terms of fluoride.
For families that exclusively use bottled water, it doesn't really matter whether there's fluoride in the drinking water. In that case, you want to either give a fluoride supplement or use some of the bottled waters that has fluoride added.
As soon as you see the teeth, you want to start cleaning them. And parents will say, well, my child fights. That's okay. There are safe, comfortable ways to restrain a child so that you can get the teeth clean.
The best way to do this is to, once those teeth start breaking through, brush them either with a baby toothbrush or with a cloth with water, and also to clean their gums. This should be done twice a day, the way that adults brush their own teeth.
If you are taking care of your child's gums from an early age, it's not a very sharp transition to a soft toothbrush, so they tend to accept the teeth brushing much more easily than if you're suddenly introducing it at the age of 1 or the age of 2, when then you might get a real reaction.
It's going to be a lot easier than dealing with tooth decay. And again, once they get used to the process and realize, you know what, this doesn't hurt, it's not scary, it's kind of fun, maybe it's a little tickly, they'll often calm down and start to enjoy it.